Alrighty. Hi everybody, this is Miss Carlson. I'm going to go over how to do the huge card sort that is mentioned right here on Tuesday's date. So what you need to do is click on the card sort. There are 3 links for you. One link is a link to the cards, that's a PDF. The next link is the table that you're going to write in, that's also a PDF. And then the third option is the table, but it's in a Google Doc. I would suggest not using that one because you need to draw pictures onto little tiny people. And unless you know how to do that on Google, don't worry about that. Then I would open those first 2 links, and you're going to open those in Notability. So then on Notability, you'll notice that I have saved a copy of my data table. This is what I'm going to type in. And then my cards. Okay, so if I go back to my data table, you'll notice that I started to type for the first one. Okay, I started doing this one, Superior. So let me show you how I found that card. Okay, there's a couple things you can do. One is in the unit packet, there's some definitions. Secondly, in the modules, there's also a PowerPoint. You can also just flat out Google the terms and get a definition. However, the definition that you're writing in the table should not be something you Google. It should come from these cards. The reason being is the definition on the cards is what you will see on an exam. So the first slide here, or the first set of pages here, is the actual terms themselves. So I want to find the first term that I'm doing, and that was superior, and that's right here, and I'm going to cross it out because I'm going to use that one. That way you know when you have X's on all of these on this front page, you know you're done. You finished it all, okay? The second page is definitions, and then we have more definitions and more definitions and more definitions, and then we have some images, okay? So hopefully by now you know that superior, like the word super, means something is above something else. So in this case, that first card is right here. It means that a body part is above another part. That's the definition I'm going to use, so I'm going to put an X on that. And then I went into my data table and I typed that in, okay, with the type feature. The only reason I did the type feature is because I knew you probably couldn't read my writing, but it might be helpful for you to type it too if you go back through things and are like, I can't read my own writing. And then right here in this picture column, that's where you're going to go find the image. So I'm going to go back to my cards, and I'm going to scroll down to my images, and I want to think about the definition as I look at the pictures. So again, the definition means something is above or like on top of something else or another part. So a couple things about these cards to mention. When you see something that says cut here and there's little dashed lines, that's referring to like a body plane or a sectioning, okay? When you see something that has a question mark, like here, 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 and like a little arrow pointing to a body part, that's a body region. For example, this card right here, okay? It's pointing to the top of the shoulders. I'm giving you an answer here. This one, you're going to use this one for acromial because that's what acromial is. It means top of the shoulder. You'll notice that the cards have like a smiley face and a belly button if it's the front of a person. And like the back of a person right here, you'll notice I added in some shoulder blades, some butt cheeks. I added in little lines for like the back of your knee, okay? I thought those would be helpful, and you can laugh at my silly pictures, but, you know, I do think it looks like the back of a person, so I thought that would be helpful. So we are looking for means something is above something else. So I'm looking for like maybe arrows that show above. And when I get to this page, you'll notice there's one that has this giant arrow right there. That's the only one, if we look through all of these, that makes sense with that. Okay, there's some arrows on these other ones, but that's the one that makes the most sense. So that's the one I'm going to use. So when I go back to my table, I'm going to try my best to draw that, okay? And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? My goal is not to have perfection here. It's just to make sure that when I look at these pictures, I can get the sense that it's means that a body part is above, okay? So an arrow pointing upwards. You can kind of guess that this next one, inferior, that card is likely going to be an arrow pointing downwards, okay? What else to mention? That's pretty much it. If you have further questions about any of this, please ask your teacher, and they can help you go through how to do it, maybe another example, okay? So that's it for now. Have a good day.